Can you hear me? No? I cannot hear myself as well. Okay, so I will keep talking and you will give me a feedback. Hello? Oh, that's too much. Okay, so finally I'm here. I was waiting this moment for the whole day. I wanted to be one of the speakers. I cannot see you guys. Like, I just see some shadows that some people are there. So if you will speak, just speak louder so I can, it's a proof that somebody's here. Yeah, I feel like being an actor in Hamlet, as you can see. Yes, where you know that people are there, but you cannot really see them. So that's a new role. I've never been in acting, so let's assume today I will be doing so. So welcome to this dilemma, or being or not to be. Today it will not be about some philosophical issues, it will be about this bloody thing to be certified. And when I say bloody, it really is, because it's not easy, it's hard work, and sometimes it's painful. Yes? So we will address this question today. And by the way, how many of you have at least one certification, any kind of certification? I need to go like this to see some of the people. Okay. Oh, you have two? More than two. Okay, now I'm checking if anybody else is alive. Any who doesn't have any of the certifications? Oh, some alive people here as well. Okay, thank you. It's ready? Can you hear me? Yay, thank you very much. It's not much more natural now for me. Okay, so we will be of who owns the answer to the question if it's to be or not to be. And who am I? Why am I here? So I'm Victoria Cupet, and as a trainer and a coach, I help individuals to prepare for exams. This is what I do. But as IABA regional director, I help communities, business analysis communities, to grow and learn together. So this is my role. But why am I speaking about this stuff today? Because I travel around the world. Actually, I've been in teaching and meeting people and speaking almost in all the European countries. And in some countries, there is this hype of, we need certificates. If I don't have a certificate, I'm like a nobody, you know. And in other countries, they say, who needs them? Yeah, like who cares? And that's why I would like to start this conversation with you to learn, first of all, what do you think about that? And then to see actually who is owning this question. Is it really you who decide? Or it's somebody else who is deciding for you if you need to be certified or not? And I would like to share with you a story. It's kind of a personal story about myself. So I might get emotional. I was born in a kind of small country, which is neighbor with your country, but it's not the one country where I'm living now. So the hint is for those who have seen where I come from, like today, that's not my home country. So which is the smallest country, neighbor country you have? Moldova. So I was born in Moldova, which is not very fortunate for somebody who is aspiring for a bright future. So obviously, when I was finishing my high school, my dad was asking me, where are you going to go to study? Is it Moscow? Is it Romania? Is it France, Paris? Is it like anywhere? Nobody's even considering staying there, especially if you want to work in IT. And I was very good in IT. I liked developing. I was actually National Olympic in programming. So I took a very logical decision. I will go there where they have a very good school of programming. And that year, I checked the statistics for Olympics on international level, and Romanians were like several years in a row the first on that. And I said, okay, that's where I will go. So I went in Romania, in Bucharest, in the most difficult university for programmers. Because I knew, one, I love programming, second, you can make money in that. Imagine that was last century, actually, yeah. And IT was kind of growing, so those who were in IT field were like kind of gurus, like, wow, you can make this machine do something? Wow, you're like a magician. So I had two big objectives: to do what I love and to have a good salary. But that everything changed when I was third year in the university, when I had a new discipline which was called analysis and designing. Okay, so I speak Russian obviously, but not as good as to present in Russian. Okay, so new discipline, it was called analyzing and designing informational systems, everything nice. And then in the first day, our professor was telling us, you know guys, there is a profession which is called analyst, and they are paid better. And I was like, okay, I have a new vision. For myself, I have a new vision. So actually I liked it a lot because it was logical. I hate learning things by heart, like history, geography, this kind of like, not for me. But anything which is logical, I am there. So I graduated with very good marks because I'm kind of person who, if I like something, I'm good on that. If I hate something, I'm good on that, on hating. Yeah. So my first job, actually my official title was analyst programmer. So in my diploma it's written analyst programmer. So it was like analyst. And I was searching for jobs with analysts without programmer. Not zero chances. So my first job was I was working for a vendor, I was going to the client, I was analyzing, I was developing, I was testing, and then I would be teaching, and then I would be maintaining that. So kind of everything in one. But I would not say I was paid a lot doing so. So when the company started to grow big, they just said, okay, guys, you need to decide. You cannot be good on everything. You are good on everything, but you cannot be excellent on everything, so let's specialize. And of course, you can guess which one I chosen between analysis and developing. Obviously, I went for more money. Actually, I like more people than machines. That was the real reason. And we were working hard, many analysts, like 38 analysts. Back then we were called consultants because business analysis was not existing in Romania as a term. Okay, and in one moment we were kind of happy with our salary, but a but happened. New graduated students started to be hired by our company, which was not happening before. Before they were like searching for seniors, so everybody was kind of senior. And then new graduates started to come, and they have these guts to ask for big salaries from the very beginning. And it was like, okay guys, I'm working here for several years, maybe 7-10 years, and I have the same salary as you, which came just like 2 months ago. And we have a good friends with my colleagues, and we decided we need to do something. We need to find a way to show we are kind of smarter, kind of more experienced than those new people, which was challenging because we needed a proof which would be external, not to prize myself, but to have it in a hard copy. So we were searching for some institutions where they will test our skills. And this is when we found IABA in Canada, and we decided to found a chapter in Romania, and I was the first elected president. Until 2 years ago, I was still president. Okay, so we have this exam, and we were happy. And let's say that make a difference. So now I'm a freelancer. For 8 years, I'm a freelancer. And what happened with the freelancing, each time I would have a new gig, a new project, they will ask me if I am certified. I would proudly say, look at me, I'm certified. And they would say, yeah, but not this one. Okay, which one? That one. So I will do the same effort, I will take that exam. Then I would have another project and they would say, are you certified? I would say, yeah, twice. And they would say, oh, we're sorry, not that one. Actually now, can you guess how many certificates I have now after 9 years being freelancer? Plus, 20 plus. I have at least 6 only for business analysis, at least 3 for project management, plus Scrum, plus training, plus coaching, anything. You just name it and I will have it. But not because I'm too smart, actually not because of that. Because I have a system already, and this is what we will discuss. I have a system and I just need a target and I will go for it. And I don't need to have this dilemma, am I good enough? Am I ready or something? Okay, when you have already this kind of background, this kind of like going for a marathon. First marathon is like the most hard, and then people cannot stop. Yeah, they go for the next one, next. So this is what we will cover today. That was my story. So we will find your story and who is owning the answer for you, and that will be very personal, and only you will be able to do so. So we will analyze 3 topics, and we will start. So it will be to be or not to be. So it will be to be, then the second not to be, and then the answer. So let's start with to be. Okay, and as I said, I started my career motivated by salary. So the most obvious thing, if I want to motivate you, is to show you some statistics for salaries. And this is actually published this month. So in the beginning of November, IADA published a study, which was done in this region. You see how many countries, actually 155, I think, countries. And here are exactly the countries, and you can see how many men versus women. And these are the real dates, the real figures for the salary. So what I will do here, I will show these figures to you, but we will not discuss them because we are not on statistics lesson here. But you can just Google it and you will find the whole document with explanation, okay? So as you can see, these are the people who were interviewed. And as we already learned today, that not all of them are working as business analysts. So it's kind of like role versus function. You have a business analyst role, but your function can be different. Your responsibilities can be different. We learned this in the previous presentation and also the whole day today. Yes, so 83% of people said we are doing it, but we are called various names. Yeah, we are called business analyst, data analyst, product analyst, and any kind of variation which has analyst in it. Yeah. By the way, do you know the official definition of business analyst by ABA, like official one? It starts with like a keyword. It starts with anyone. Actually, it's true. It starts with anyone who is doing business analysis activities, no matter what their title, organizational title or role is. That's why anyone who has any kind of analyst in it is good enough. Okay, and this is also where they say that many are working in agile. So as you can see, this is kind of like a tree with many competencies, but on top of it, the one which is gray is product owner. So this is kind of a trend because agile is overwhelmingly growing. Obviously, BA cannot find a better suitable position than a product owner or a proxy product owner. Okay, so this is why many people said they have this role. Okay, so here are the industry, and as you can see, the biggest numbers of respondents are from IT and banking. And this is actually my experience as well. I'm teaching in various industries, and in banking industry, the maturity level of business analysis is very, very high comparing to other industries. And this is reflected here as well. As you can see in the public sector, in consultancy and healthcare, it's much less than in the rest of it. Okay, and here are some figures actually. As you know, in US, these are not salaries per month, obviously. Yes, and these are per year, but still you can see by numbers in which country they have more or less. And if you think it's not relevant for you, these figures just think that nobody says you will die in Ukraine. That means you might live in several countries before dying. That might also mean that maybe you will live in one of these countries or even work in one of these countries. So as a business analyst, you need also always to strive to be the best, much better than the context in which you are currently located. Yes. Okay, so this is a trend. And actually the trends are kind of growing. As I said, we will not analyze each and every figure. As you can see, India and South Africa, they're separate because there is a kind of different trend. Yeah, they are separate planet actually. And these are per region. As you can see in the region which is blue, which means US, Canada, because they have such big salaries already, the growth will be small for them. But actually 2% from something big is still big. Yeah? But in other countries, which is with orange and green, the growth is much smaller. The growth is bigger as a percentage, which means there the salary will start to grow as well. Okay, so that was like to be. And it's kind of saying, oh, but it's obvious, everybody wants money, but then why not everybody certified? And it's not only money like value you can pay, but it's value, your value, you, how other people see you, it's your brand, yes? So my CV account is my brand. I have so many certifications there that people are starting contacting me from different countries saying, I have a project, I need an expert, can you be that expert? And I say, no, I have no time. And they say, can we pay for your name? And to be honest, I had sold my name several times, just don't say it to anyone. Yeah. So this to be is not only salary, it's much, much more. And as business analysts, we need to think in business case terms, like, okay, it's an investment, it's a cost, I need to train myself, I need to prepare myself, I need to pay for the exam, I need to pay like the money, the time I am investing, it's my time. Yeah, so actually instead of going to a project and be paid for that, I'm staying and I'm learning, it's another cost. So you analyze this and you say, oh, it's too much. But actually, you need to think it's not a cost, it's an investment. Investment in your brand. It's like you think, okay, where it will bring me more visibility, where it will bring me more, I don't know, whatever your dreams are. For me, that helped me to be where I am. I would never be here from a country which is Moldavia if I would not have this strategy. Yes, and to be really, really honest, before being over-certified, I was even afraid, and it's not afraid, but kind of avoiding saying from where I was born. I was kind of ashamed. But now when I see that my value is much more than the country I'm representing, I'm not ashamed. I'm kind of coming back to my country saying, you can do so as well. I'm going there, I teach them to be certified. Actually, it's like less than 4 million people, but still, they are certified people. So if you want to show something to people, and I don't like to brag about myself, so that's why I just put papers, and I tell, either you want me on the project or you don't want me on the project. I will not go and sell myself. Okay, so that was obviously to be, but what about not to be? What are our causes or our things which stop us being certified? And very interesting, half and half of the respondents of that survey half were certified, at least one certificate, and half was not certified. And for me, it's like an interesting phenomenon. Yeah, everybody knows about the values and the benefit, but not so many go for it. And to be really, really honest to you, it's like in marathon. It's not the best is winning. It's the smartest from the point of view of the technique. Okay? You don't need to know all the answers to all the questions in the exam. For example, in IABA exam, you have this threshold of 70% correct. In Romania, we have this 1 to 10, like in schools, 1 to 10. And if somebody is 7, we call it mediocre. So actually, if you just put this on the exam or like certification, you just need to be a bit more than mediocre to take the exam. But the only thing you really need is practice, the whole mindset of being tested. Because many people and many coaching clients I have failed, and they failed not because they were not smart. Some of them knew the book better than I do. But they failed on the experience of sitting 3 hours without water, without going to the toilet, and being claustrophobic. Yeah, so actually they failed on the experience of the exam, not for the questions. So let's go to see what's happening there. So let's meet a team of 3 people. I split it like yes and no with 3 and 3 people. So this is a lady, let's call her Jamie. And can you give me some things, some excuses she might have? Any ideas, excuses she might have to say, no, actually, I don't go for the exam. Sorry? Don't have time. This is the basic one because I love you guys. I have family. Okay, I also have family. I have 2 kids. And I have both of them when I started my journey with certification. So I actually just delivered my second one when I went to the exam. Yeah. So that's not an excuse. Actually, yeah, it's an excuse, but not a cause, a real cause. Okay, so next one, let's meet Alice. What do you think Alice has to say? What's her excuse? Money, it's not an excuse because money you can find. Actually, you can borrow from a bank if you consider this an investment. Yeah? You can borrow it from your father-in-law, from your husband, from your parents, whatever. It's like buying a car. If you want a car, you have no money, you make this money to appear. Okay, so, Alice.
I don't have the knowledge. I'm not qualified to pass the exam.
No, she looks like she's qualified. She looks like she has no time because she says, I have projects. I work a lot. I have no time to study. Yeah, so she's very confident actually. Alice is confident. And James, what do you think is James saying? Everything you said is valid. I have a few more slides. So some of these ideas will be in the next slides. So, James, what is he saying? He looks like he's an expert, don't he? Exactly, I'm an expert. I don't need to study. I don't need certificates. I don't need no proof. I am the proof. I'm a living proof. Just come and hear me, and maybe I will be able to demonstrate you verbally how smart I am. Yeah, so these are excuses, people, and let's meet another 3 people. As I said, I made it 3 and 3 to make it half and half. Of course, they are much more than just 3, and 2 of them are superheroes, as you can see. So they have very similar actual goal. Can you guess what they have as a goal for achievers? Any ideas? Be the best? This is not a measurable one. Okay, so something is on the, I want to prove something, and Miriam, she likes to prove it to herself before being able to ask for a salary. It's kind of, yeah, I want a bigger salary, but I'm not sure I deserve a bigger salary, and I'm not sure, how can I be sure? So I will take an exam, and I will see if I'm good enough for that exam, and if I'm good enough, I will take it. Then we have this guy who says, I want to prove to others. Actually, I know I'm good, but I want to show to others. Yeah, so here, as you can see, it's a big difference. She has an internal reference. She doesn't care what other think. She cares what she thinks. He cares more about what other things. Yeah. Who of these do you think have the more chance to succeed in an exam? Like, which motivator is the stronger?
Myself. Myself.
Internal one, because it's from inside. It's in the morning when you are like lazy to wake up, and you know that the only time you have to read Babok is in the morning. Yes, those who have self-reference, they will wake up saying, I need it for myself. Those who have external reference, like for example, my boss wants it. My company wants certified people and they're paying. And this is another thing. When you pay, it's a different motivator than somebody else is paying. Yes, when you pay, you don't want to fail because it's your money. When somebody else is paying, you say, oh, what else? Okay, I can do it next time, maybe, I don't know. You know, this kind of thing. So those people who have external reference, in my experience with my coaching clients, many of them fail. And this is intentional. I have one coaching client in Vienna, and he was pushed. He was a senior, and his company was saying, oh, but we cannot consider you senior unless you are CBAP. So they paid me to coach him. And while coaching, I understood that he's not doing it for himself. He's like, I don't care. I will do it. Okay. When we have a coaching session, okay, good. What should I do? Okay, I need to study. Okay. This kind of approach, and I knew he will fail. Like, I could bet that because of his approach. He was not interested. He had no drive. So he failed. And actually, he was so happy doing so because he was like, I proved to you I don't need it, kind of thing. Yeah? So I paid my own, with my own money. That's why I'm successful when I do it, because I know it's my money and I cannot afford to lose it. Yeah? And the last person, this is Irina, let's say. I want to learn new things and test my knowledge. Yeah, just for learning, for the sake of learning, not necessary to prove something to somebody. Maybe she already has few certifications and she says, oh, if I go for another one, I will extend my knowledge and I will be happier human being. Yeah. Okay, so fears. I don't know if you can see the red fear, it's written fear there. So many people fear the unknown. Actually, almost all of us are fearing the unknown. So the first exam we take is kind of like, oh my God, I don't know what to expect. Yeah. So it's out of our comfort zone. We don't know what we need to do. We don't know, are we good enough? Is it enough to read 1 time, 2 times, 3 times? Is it enough to go without practicing? So we don't know. In this case, we need a guide. We need somebody who made it before us and who will give us some hints, some tips and tricks. Yeah? So somebody who already had that road before us, like we can just follow. Another thing is fear of failure in general. There are many people who are afraid of fail, like they will die or something. Like nobody died unless they had like heart problems and heart attack. But usually nobody dies if they fail an exam. Why those people, they have again one thing, if I fail, I'm kind of stupid, I will think I'm stupid, like it's self-reference. How can I live with myself knowing I'm stupid? So that's like internal dialogue, which is totally wrong. And somebody else said, it's my public image. Like if my company is paying and I'm going and I'm failing, they will know it. That's why many professionals, they prefer to pay by themselves, and only after they succeed, they tell their company to pay for them. And this is much more relaxed for them than just being paid directly. Okay, and ta-dam, 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 fear of success. That was my thing when I did my coaching certification. Why? Because I value my family time and I like to spend time with family, and having many coaching clients will mean less time with family. So I was terrified of having clients. Actually, I was sabotaging myself. I would receive requests for coaching and I would find myself busy being with kids, actually. But I would reject them. Yes, many people have this fear of success when they know they will be promoted and they don't want to be promoted, because with promotion one might have more time to work, like staying at work actually, more stress, maybe they will lose their friends because they will be like higher position, and those people will sabotage themselves. Yes, so this is a hint to you. Think on the first thing, what I am afraid to lose. Yes, if I fail, actually, or what I'm afraid to lose if I succeed, and find what's there behind those questions. Okay, so we discussed about, does it worth to be or does it worth not to be? I have no idea how much time I still have because I see nothing. 5 minutes. So let's go straight to the solution and the answer, and these are some hints I will give you, and if we don't have time for Q&A, you can find me later and we can discuss this, okay? So first of all, how many brains do you think we have? This is just one of them, and this is the one brain, so we are not counting the brains inside this brain. Scientifically proven with neurons, how many? Okay, we have no time, so I will not wait. I will tell you 3. We have neurons in our heart and we have neurons in our gut. That's where we have our gut feeling, because our gut has neurons and we think. And that's why when somebody tells we have a conflict between our brain and our heart, guess what? It's real. Yeah? And that means we need to know which brain is responsible for what to use it properly. And after this, you will understand the previous presentations with choleric, hysteric, and other types of people, and so on. So the brain thinks cognitive perception, thinking logically, systematically, and make meaning. Yeah, so those who are not using the brain, actually, they will have lacking decisions. They will be having trouble making decisions. Then we have compassion, our heart. So you will receive all the slides, of course. This is our emotions. And these are feelings, these are our values, yeah, relationship and beliefs, values and beliefs. So those who are not thinking with their heart are actually lacking the energy, the drive. Yeah, that's why they say always put an emotion behind anything you do. And last one is the gut feeling. And this is our core identity. This is when we like someone or we don't like someone on their first impression, and we have no idea who that person is, but we feel it, that this person will harm us. Yes, self-preservation, mobilization, procrastination is here. So those who are procrastinating actually are here. So willpower is our gut. Where you can read more, you can, this is actually the same book. One is hard copy, one is Kindle. Recommend. These people explain the algorithm behind making decisions with all 3 of our levels. So this is one book I'm recommending to you.
Who's the author?
These are the authors. Martin Naka, Grant Sasala. Okay, I will speed up. You will see this. So success, failure. So when you build a confidence using all 3 brains, when you have motivation, then you have energy and focus. If you have this, you will achieve a lot, and that will help you achieve even more. So your first certification will be the hardest. After you have one, you will want more and more and more. And for that, another book, and we will finish with this. So the goal setting is very nice. We know about SMART objectives, but this lady, she proposed perfect goals, so positively precise, evidence, research, and so on. Yeah, so this is the perfect comes from. I strongly recommend this book. I recently found it, and I thought I can learn nothing new about objectives. Actually, learned a lot. Okay, so final thoughts. It's paying to be certified. It's proven statistics. You already seen some statistics. These are just few figures for artistical impression. Yeah, you can find them if you Google the BA salary by ABA. Yes, so these are figures. And actually, just summing up, 3 levels, I'm sure you know them. The one is like the easiest. You don't even need experience. It actually is just to be taken, yeah? And the other two, you know, already were, I think you are familiar. So my last slide is what are you waiting for and what's your next step, and I'm done. Thank you.
Okay, you know that people sometimes say that you get a certification just because of not enough self-confidence. So who is confident enough? Like, for instance, like the person has lived like in the US like 5 years, for instance, and they have perfect English, yeah? They have learned the second language. And someone that is who never been to English-speaking country and they decide to go for a certificate. So what would you say about it? Like, is it really that much of a motivation for getting a certificate? Just not enough self-confidence?
You need a business case behind, actually, because you invest some effort, which can be financial or just emotional and energy, and then you think, why am I doing so? So ask the 5 why question for yourself, like, why am I doing it? Why am I doing it? And if on the one of the whys you can actually find you don't want it, don't go for it. There is another thing you can go for. So I am militating for certificates for those people who want to grow their career and who have a clear vision and they know where they want to be in the next 3, 4, 5 years. I'm not saying just do this for self-confidence. Go to a coach, go to motivational speeches and anything else for motivation and self-confidence. Yeah? Exams have cost, and you need your value to be more than that cost. Yeah? Okay.
Спасибо, Виктория.
Спасибо вам.